Guys, sorry, I don't know what's happening with the network. It seems to be dropping or to be slow, but it seems like it's back now. We'll continue. Yeah, I was a Pirates and Chipper. Yeah, I think the only nice thing or good that happened with this game was that the penalty that was not a penalty was eventually missed. But the unfortunate part is that Pirates lost, or there was an injury for Patrick Maswangai, which sees him missing out on the FIFA World Cup qualifiers for Bafana. But yeah, we move on. The last game was at Marumo Gallants and Polokwane City. I'm not going to talk much on that game. I didn't watch it. I don't know what's happened. Yeah, let's move on to the second topic, which is Peter Shalulile. And then when you move to Peter Shalulile, yeah, let's move on. Peter Shalulile breaks the record or takes over the record as leading goal scorer in the PSL. Mamelodi Sundowns, Ronan Williams, Miquel Quadoso hails PSL record breaker Peter Shalulile for professionalism and consistency. It's one thing that you can clearly see whenever he steps on the pitch. I think even Mangoba Mngati after that game also said those things. Consistency of Peter Shalulile. At the gym, he comes early. He, excuse me, puts in the efforts during the training session. Then day after, he puts on more training, personal or individual training. So yeah, congratulations to Peter Shalulile scoring the 180 goal in the PSL era, which takes him to a lead over the table. He's now a top goal scorer in the PSL era. Yeah, we congratulate him, and we move on to the next topic, which is Bafana Bafana, the camp of Bafana Bafana. Let's move on to that. Let's move on to the camp of Bafana Bafana. Where do we start? Okay, I'm starting with who's called up and who's not. Okay, I'm starting with the call-ups. Just move myself here to the bottom so that you can see. Yeah. So this is the 23-man squad. Called up by Hugo Broos last week Thursday. In goals or goalkeepers, we have Ronan Williams, Ricardo Sipochain. I think not much complaints about that. But my thing was that instead of Goss, I would have taken Sage Stevens of Stellenbosch, because if you're looking at taking experience or people who have experience playing outside the country, Ronan Williams, undisputed, I think is the longest now. If you count out Abo Dennis Onyango, the one with the most experience, followed by Sipochain and Sage Stevens. So for me, uh, it was one of the one that swap in terms of the goalkeepers. And then if we go to the defenders, we have Signy Mobi, as always. We have Zuko Mtunyelo, we have Mbegazele Mbogazi, we have Oprimo Tibo, we have Kulumani Ndamane, we have Ima Okon, we have Samuel Kabini, Samuel Kabini, and we have Siabonga Ngezan. In terms of the defenders, some new faces, Abo Mbegwazi, Abo Ndamane, Abo Okon, Abo Kambini in the first team. Yeah, Abo Zuko Mtunyelo. Clearly, it's like a new backline, in sort of speaking, with just a few of the regular call-ups. But yeah, I can't complain much. Obviously, we know the situation of Mtao at the moment. He couldn't call him, but they had the discussion. I saw that he's back in training. I was happy about that. Which we have, I think one of the things that we don't do well as South Africans is to acknowledge and appreciate how much we are lucky or blessed to have a national team coach like Hugo Broos, because Hugo Broos, you can see that the way he manages, it's the father type of a coach which has experience in guiding players and all of that. So even how he explained that he called Mutau and then they spoke and then he advised them that he should go back to training even though there are disputes or issues in the club, but he should be training because he was named in the prelim squad. But yeah, in terms of the defenders, it's quite interesting. We're going to see playing against Lesotho and uh, Nigeria. We're going to see how they are going to step up. Yeah, I'll do my predicted 11 on Thursday, on the Daily Show on Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, we'll see. I can't complain much. All the call-ups are good in terms of the defenders. The midfielders, we have Tebogo Mokoena, Luke Leroux, Batusi Obas, and Talent Mbat. In terms of that setup, can't complain much. Instead of complaining, I would have maybe one substitute, of which it's kind of, I assume that it's kind of a reserve for them, of which I would have Batusi Obas out and I would have Sishen Duli in. Reason being is that Obas hasn't had much game time at Mamelodi Sundowns since the start of the season. And Unduli on the other side, I think he's match fit. Because even Talent Mbat hasn't had much of game time in Orlando Pirates, maybe 3 games at most. So yeah, I'll have Obas out and then Sekhenduli in. Just for that reason that he's got some minutes on the left, more minutes on the left than Obas. Striking force with Kamuele Sbelebele, we have also Napolis, we have Patrick Masongai, we have Ikram Reyners, we have Lyle Foster, we have Tutuze Shabalala, Mohau Nkota, and Relebohile Mofokeng. In terms of the forwards, the change that has happened is that the Masongai is no longer there. They've went in and taken Sipamboli, which I don't have a problem with. When we're looking at a number 10, because pretty much they do the same thing. So yeah, pretty much happy with the fourth line. Fourth line I'm happy with. I think we can move a lot around. Even Sbelebele has earlier today I was watching on TikTok. I saw some Nigerian guy complaining about Sbelebele and how he pronounced his name was very funny, but I understand it's quite tricky. But yeah, I'm happy. The boy has been performing very well for Orlando Pirates since the start of the season. Pretty much the attack is good enough. The attack is good enough. What I would have preferred in terms of the strikers, I would have gone for Evidence Mahopa rather than Lyle Foster. The reason being, Evidence Mahopa is a workhorse. I think we can clearly see when he's on the pitch, defenders won't rest. The goalkeeper won't rest. He chases every ball. He chases after that. So that's the only change I would do personally as a coach. Also, a surprise one was the addition of Umtutuze Shabalala also getting his cap or first national call-up, because there has been talks that the coach is not for Kaizer Chiefs players, but we've seen that since the start of the season he's been putting in performances. But what I would like from him is that he does the simple, just sticks to the basics. Because when I watched the game against Golden Arrows, there were times that he lost the ball because he wanted to try something fancy. So for me, I would just say he has to stick to the basics, just do the simple things, and then everything would be well. So yeah, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, let's get the channel to 520 subscribers. Nothing much, just 4 more subscribers, then we move on. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Going to be moving on to the next point. Oh, okay. Before we move on to the next point, let's go over to what's going to be happening in the fixtures. Yeah. So let's go on to the fixtures. Obviously, we're playing Lesotho on Friday, and next week Tuesday we're playing Nigeria. The one game of Lesotho, the what happened is that FIFA told Lesotho that they can't play at the Toyota Stadium in Bloemfontein because the pitch is not good. They looked at the pitch and said the pitch is not up to standard because I think there were also rapid games that played there. So yeah, it's I think it's moved now from Toyota Stadium to Dr. Petrus Malumela Stadium. Yeah, so which is not far. It's like a 9.5 distance from Toyota Stadium to Dr. Petrus Stadium. So yeah, I think in terms of the camp, it doesn't change much. I think they will also against the game of Nigeria. I think they'll use the same stadium because initially it was planned that both games would be played at Toyota Stadium in terms of Bafana Bafana. So yeah, I think they just stick to the same one just to avoid having a much of a disruption in terms of movement. And then if you look at the table, hey, in terms of the table, we're sitting nicely, but there's still a pending case, which I don't think South Africa will lose because the window is gone. Because remember that Tebogo Mokoena played, he was supposed to be suspended. He played in the game that he was not supposed to play, I think, against Lesotho. But yeah, and so I have heard that the Nigerians are going about and telling that or advising Lesotho to appeal the case and have South Africa dock point. Obviously, if you look at the table, if we lose 3 points, we'll be going to 10 points, which reduces the gap we have at the moment. So yeah, I think that one we won't lose. We just have to win our games. And if you look at the fixtures on the right, you can clearly see that if we win our game, and maybe we have, hey, I hate this. Like Bafana Bafana is taking us to the back days where we have to calculate who has to draw, must win, or if we will lose, this other person must also lose with so much score. So earlier, it was like those days. Yeah, we were past. It seems like we are past. Nigeria will win this one, but if Rwanda just defends very well and we get a draw, I think it would do us a favor. And then the other features that the second one, the second legs. Let me just move my screen a bit.